Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
Dang, it feels good to be a Brewers fan right now. Come on, just breathe it all in. Breathe it in. I don't know if it's going to stay this way for the next final 62 games and into the postseason and such. It's still a long ways to go here. But, got to take it all in. Got to take it all in right now, right? Got to just breathe it in, smell it, feels good, all that good stuff. Brewers, best record in Major League Baseball as we open up July 22nd. They're 60-40, tops in the division. They're riding an 11-game winning streak, playing some insanely confident baseball. I know there's some people talking about, at least on the socials, talking about, are they peaking too early? Are they going to fall off here and that? I don't know. Maybe. Right now, though, I'm enjoying it. And I'm living it up. Because that's what you should be doing as a fan. If your team's playing incredibly well right now, you live it up at this very moment. And you look at what this Brewers team has been able to accomplish in the last, month and a half, couple months or so, considering the start that they were on to begin the season, getting blown out by the Yankees, the injuries to the starting rotation and such. But this is just been a fantastic ride so far for the crew, and hopefully it continues. Hopefully this thing continues. Looking at last night's game, Brandon Woodruff, and once this season is over with, we can kind of take a look back at some of the moments and such that really stand out to you about this season, and hopefully, projecting here a little bit, but hopefully we're talking about a World Series, looking back at it as the number one thing, but definitely one of the top things, and of course Mizorowski's going to be on there, but the return of Brandon Woodruff. And what he has done so far. Because I think it has surpassed anything that we expected, what he's expected, what the team's expected. I mean, in his first 3 starts, he has looked like the Brandon Woodruff of old. And I don't know, maybe even just, I know it's only 3 games, but maybe even just a little bit of a notch above it. I don't know, because last night's game, 6 innings, okay? But 62 pitches. 62 pitches in 6 innings. That is the, complete opposite of Freddie Peralta. 6 innings for Freddie Peralta might be 100 pitches. And I'm not trying to knock Freddie Peralta or anything like that. I'm just saying, you talk about the difference in efficiency. And before anybody kind of, says, well, why did they pull him out? They're being cautious with Brandon Woodruff and Jacob Mizorowski for the rest of this regular season. They're not going to push it. They're not going to overdo it and such, all right? And it's smart. I know. We'd all love to see somebody who's at a 62 pitch count heading into 6. You'd like to maybe see them go a couple more innings. But this is just his third start of the season, and Pat Murphy talked about it before the game yesterday. Talked about treading carefully with both Brandon Woodruff and Mizorowski. And you saw that last night. But you want to talk about, to get to 6 at 62 pitches for Brandon Woodruff, that's pretty fantastic. That's pretty awesome for his third start back from major shoulder injury, an injury and a recovery and a surgery that we had no idea how he was going to look, if he was going to be able to even come back from. But you look at the performance that Brandon Woodruff did last night, and boy, that was awesome to see. That was awesome. And it's just a credit to Woodruff. It's a credit to the organization. It's a credit to the training staff. It's a credit to everybody involved in the whole process of bringing getting Brandon Woodruff back to where he's at. And if this is the Woodruff we're going to get for the rest of the season and hopefully into the postseason, buckle up, baby. I mean, this team is on fire right now. Brandon Woodruff is on flipping fire right now. And it's so fun to watch. It is so fun to watch. And it looked like it might have been a little bit of a pitching duel in the first few innings of the game last night. Kirby, give him credit. He was pitching well up until the 6th. And that's when the Brewers struck. Taking advantage, putting up 4, giving Woodruff that run support, putting him in line to get that second win of the season. Adding a couple more insurance runs. 8 of the 10 hits coming from your top 5 hitters. That's what you want to see. Couple from Terang in that leadoff spot. Contreras, Yelich adding a couple, Chirio adding a couple to extend his hitting streak to 15. Then you get Ortiz at the bottom, collecting another hits. Isaac Collins, I mean, all he's done in his last 99 at-bats is hit over 300 for crying out loud. 10 hits again for the Brewers. Another game for the Milwaukee Brewers where they come away with double-digit hits. Double-digit hits. They had 11 against the Dodgers on Sunday. They had 13 against the Dodgers on Saturday. So, I mean, they're racking up the hits, and they're being aggressive and manufacturing runs. We've talked about it how many times. I mean, and then you even go back to Friday's game against the Dodgers. They had 9. I mean, they're racking up the hits right now. Maybe not racking up all the home run balls and home run totals and going up the stat sheets that way, but they're manufacturing those runs. And they're at a really good spot tonight, to not only secure another series win, but to extend their winning streak to 12 with the Miz on the mound, with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound. You know, we've talked about, and it's still incredibly early in the Miz's career, but we've talked about just how impressive he has been, not just from a play standpoint, but all the different obstacles that have kind of been thrown his way, or maybe not obstacles, but distractions kind of thrown his way. And what has really impressed me about him has just been how he has handled the pressure, the extra attention, the spotlight. For a 23-year-old starting pitcher, professional athlete, for what has all gone on through his life in the last, 7 weeks, and just the professionalism and how he's handled it to kind of keep his focus, while also enjoying it too. I mean, he's enjoying it. We see the reactions when he's pitching well, and he should show that emotion. He absolutely should. But he's also locked in. He's locked in. And he knows what he has to do. He still has to do his job. And he's been doing a fantastic job with it. That, to me, has been one of the most impressive things about Jacob Mizorowski. Is with all of the hype and the attention that he's getting, and rightfully so, just how he has been able to handle all that and still stay locked in and dialed in. Pretty darn impressive. This will be his first start after the All-Star break. Got a little bit of downtime, maybe a little bit of extra time, a couple extra days to kind of take a deep breath in and just kind of don't want to necessarily say calm down or anything like that. I mean, you still want him to be focused and come in and that, but just kind of take a deep breath and catch his breath here a little bit, because it's been a whirlwind couple months, month and a half for him. But as Murphy alluded to, this thing to watch, one of the things to watch in this final 62 games is the usage of Mizorowski. Treading so you don't overdo it for him. Can he do something similar to what Brandon Woodruff did last night? You know, you talk about treading carefully with these guys so you're not overdoing it. If you can get to 6 innings with Brandon Woodruff and he's only pitching, or he's only thrown 60 to 65 pitches, that is a win 11 times out of 10. Can Mizorowski do something similar? Be efficient with his pitches. Get to 6 innings, but have that pitch count down. So that, because if you could get that pitch count down, you're not doing a Freddie Peralta where you're through 6 and you're 80, 90 some pitches into this thing. If Mizorowski can get to 6 and keep that pitch count down like Woodruff did, it's going to be easier to tread carefully with those guys because you're not putting a lot of wear and tear on that arm, on that shoulder, on that elbow. If Miz can do that, boy, it makes it a little bit easier for Pat Murphy, Chris Hook, and the team to manage that. But if you're a Brewers fan right now, I understand there's 62 games left to go in this thing. It's a lot of games left to go. We're talking about a couple months left in the regular season. And maybe you don't want to get too pumped up at this point because it's still a lot of games left. And I'll tell you right now, you're going to have Cubs fans telling you it's the long season left. They're assuming that the Brewers are just going to have a second half collapse. I've heard it. All right? I've heard about it already. But you know what right now? You enjoy it. You flippin' enjoy it right now, and you enjoy this ride. You absolutely should. And you get on the wagon right now, and you be loud as a Brewers fan. You absolutely be loud, and you enjoy this thing, and you be a part of this momentum in this ride. And that's going to be the biggest key for this Brewers team. And you're starting to hear some of the players with the right... They're saying the right stuff. Because I know for a younger team, it could be easy to get buy into your headlines a little bit. Buy into your newspaper clippings. It's a little easy to get a little bit of complacence. And that's going to be key for Pat Murphy, the leaders on this team, to keep this team focused. For some of the guys that have not been in a position like this before, a Caleb Durbin or, a Jacob Mizorowski, some of these younger guys. I mean, put yourself in those people's shoes at a younger age. You'd be pretty pumped up. You'd be like, dude, we're on the best team in Major League Baseball. We got the best record in Major League Baseball right now. Life is good. Life is good. But you still got a job, and we still got 62 more games to go. And that's going to be up to Pat Murphy to keep this team focused, to keep their eye on the prize. That is going to be one of the top challenges and one of the top obstacles that this team has to go through, that Pat Murphy, as the manager, has to manage. As he said after the game, when asked, this was from Todd Rosiak, when asked for his reaction to his team currently holding the best record in Major League Baseball, Pat Murphy's response was perfect. And this is the message he has to send throughout the clubhouse. My reaction is July 21st. You read into that whatever you'd like. That's my quote, July 21st. We as fans, as Brewers fans, can be pumped up. We can do a little trash talking now and then. We can be jacked up for our team. But that is the exact mindset you want from your manager. And that is the exact message you want your manager telling those players in that clubhouse right now. Embrace it, enjoy it, have fun. Winning's fun, right? Winning games is fun. But you also have to focus on the ultimate prize. You have to accomplish those goals. The Brewers, they may have the best winning record in Major League Baseball right now, but I guarantee you ask a lot of those players right now, they haven't accomplished anything yet. They haven't hit any of their goals yet. The goals of winning a division, the goals of getting back to the postseason, the goals of winning a postseason series, and the ultimate goal of winning a World Series championship. That's their goals. And I guarantee you ask a lot of those players, they haven't reached their goals yet. Nothing. It's a great milestone. It's a great benchmark right now for us fans, and the team is playing well, and the confidence has got to be oozing through the veins of a lot of those younger players and some of these average Joe players, and confidence is a dangerous thing in sports. If you're going up against a very confident team and a team that's riding momentum, it's going to be tough to overcome that stuff. That can supersede talents any day of the week. But it's up to Pat Murphy and some of these leaders like a Christian Yelich to also keep this team in check. Hey, guys, we're playing great. We're hot. We're probably baseball's hottest team right now. A lot of dudes are playing some amazing baseball, but we know what's still at stake. And we know it's baseball and it's sports, and that can change within a week. Don't let it change in a week. That's the message I would be kind of saying to these guys. Keep looking forward to what's next. Don't dwell on the past. Don't dwell on the past accomplishments right now. What's next? What's in front of you? What's in front of you, the answer is Game 2 against Seattle. It's not the Cubs next week. It's not a series at the end of August or a series in September. What's next is Game 2 of this series with the Mariners. That's where their focus should be on. Not standings, not what's, their final 62 games and how many of them are against playoff caliber teams and such. That's our job as fans and people who talk about it. For the players, if I'm talking to these players, keep your eye onto what's next, not what's down the line. And focus on you. Focus on doing your job. You've been doing a really good job. Pat on the back. But don't get complacent. Don't rest on your laurels. Keep coming into work and doing the job that you have been doing in these last 11 games. In this last month. It has been you that has put this team in a position to where it's at right now. And it is up to you as the players and the manager to keep this thing going. Only you. Only you. And this is the beautiful thing about sports. The players, the managers, the coaches, you control your destiny. Right now, the Brewers control their destiny. Only them. The Cubs don't control their destiny anymore. Brewers are in first place in the division. They don't need it at this current time. They don't need help from other teams. As a team, as a player, you want to be able, and as a coach, you want to be able to be in a position where you control your destiny. You control the narrative. You control whether you make the playoffs or not. And right now, because they are in first place in the division, the Brewers control that. They're in that spot now where they control it. That's what you want to be in. You don't want to be in a position where you're scoreboard watching and you're hoping and praying and crossing your fingers and getting your lucky rabbit's feet out or a lucky horseshoe and such, and you're just hoping that, God, I hope that team can sweep them so we can sneak in. The Brewers are now at a point where they control what they control, what they can control. And that's ultimately where you want to be at as a team, as a player, and as a coach. Now the obstacle is you are not the team that is the chasee. You're not chasing a team anymore. You are the team that's being chased. You are the team now with the bullseye on your back. You are the lead dog. All right? There's another obstacle. You may have all these other obstacles before where you're trying to, weave through and pass all these teams. Now you're up in front, and you may think, hey, easy sailing, calm waters. No. You got a bunch of teams now that are going to be on your behind and coming at you and chasing you. It's a different obstacle. It's different now leading from the pack. Let's see if this team can now lead from the pack. From a very talented Cubs team and a very talented, deep National League. Can this team cross the finish line at that top spot? It's a long race to go. It's a very long race to go. I mean, we're 100 games into this thing. It's about 62% of the season. Okay? Plenty of time for things to flip-flop. And plenty of time for things to change. But again, if you're a fan, if you're a Brewers fan, you're loving it, and you should be embracing it, and you should be pumped up, and you should be excited, and you should be trash-talking to your Cubs fans. Cubs fan friends. You should. I don't care. I do it. Go ahead and do it. That's our job as fans. That's our job as fans to be pumped up and excited about this. But if I'm Pat Murphy and I'm telling my guys, we still got 62 more games to go. You focus on game 2 between Seattle. That's your focus. And after tonight, your focus is game 3 against Seattle. One at a time. One at a time. And keep doing what you're doing. Focus on you.